Welcome back to the Science of Peace. Did you know that you really are a gem? Like Lauryn Hill says, don't be a hard rock when you really are a gem, baby girl. Like literally. So I want to read you something from this book that I haven't read the whole thing, but it's called The Rebirth of the Gods by Dr. Paul Goss or Goss, Goss. So I just wanted y'all to hear this real quick so that you can really see like the divinity that's within you and everything that it took to create you and how like divine and special you really are. We walk around, like gods, but we're asleep. We don't really know who we are. So this chapter was entitled "The Crystals." He says, man's body contains 144,000 crystals. Your crystals cause your body to absorb and dispatch the information that is in you. Every type of crystal that exists on the planet exists in the body of man. If crystals did not exist in your body, they would not exist on this planet. Each crystal has a different function in your body. Your crystals store and transmit information, like the crystals in radios or televisions. Your crystals store information from all of creation. They don't just store the information that you have come in contact with since you have been on the planet. They store the information you were born with. Your crystals are fed through your antennas. Your crystals cause the real being in you to wake up or to awaken. Now, I just find that like totally amazing just to know that you're like really walking around this earth and you have 144,000 crystals within your body. And often, as melanated people, we may buy crystals and we can get into all of that type stuff, and we might have them on our altar and etc. But I think one thing that we sometimes forget, or maybe we just don't even know, is that your altar and even the crystals that you wear are really just a reflection of you, literally. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't need the crystal that's outside of you to actually perform magic or do what you do, because they're already within you, and it's really just a representation or reflection of you. So don't lose track of that. Like, you don't have to have crystals to do work. You don't have to have crystals on your altar. Even the altar, the whole altar, is really just a mirror or a reflection of you, something to keep you to or remind you of some of the work that you may need to do, because sometimes we get caught up in this matrix and we forget. So like if you see it outside of you, you'll take a moment to reflect and say, oh yeah, I need to do this. Or when you step into your room and you have a space for your temple and your altar, you tend to remember better than if it's not there, because oftentimes the last place we ever look for answers is within. And so this is just a reminder of that. But I also want to couple that with some other information that I have been researching, and it just shows how everything is connected. So first of all, everything, this is now I want to get into the science of it so that you can really see what I'm talking about, and it just makes it easier for you to apply it to your life, at least for me. I'm speaking for me. So scientifically, everything is energy, right? And energy is frequency, okay? And all frequencies carry information. So if everything is energy and energy is frequency and all frequency carries information, you are energy. What kind of information are you carrying? Especially as melanated people, because we have that melanin in our skin, and that melanin, that melanin is powerful when you do the research on that. But like your melanin absorbs all frequency, radio waves, microwaves, x-rays, all of that stuff. Like your melanin absorbs it and then it transforms it and turns it into something else. So, what kind of frequency are you giving off? We always talk about thoughts in the science of peace. What kind of frequency are your thoughts giving off? What kind of vibration? You know, everything is energy. Energy is never at rest. And that's because everything is a vibration. Frequency is a vibration. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can feel someone's vibes. Like, you might say he give me creepy vibes. Like, it might be a negative energy that he's giving off. Might be thinking negative thoughts and you feel it. You know what I'm saying? Empaths know what I'm talking about. So I just want to just keep that in mind. But moving forward, back to the crystals, because crystals are energy and crystals have a frequency, and each crystal has a different frequency, and each crystal is giving off some type of information. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about your body, the crystals that are within your body. For instance, I learned that in the brain, right? Peep the hat, vintage fuck. In the brain you have, and this is just one crystal that I'm reading about. I'm sure there's plenty more, but I'm just telling you based on my limited perspective that I have currently. So the crystal in your brain, let me check my notes. It's called magnetite. So now you might think of crystals, you say, how do we have crystals in our bodies? Well, for one, you might think of crystals as being hard rock. You know what I'm saying? And those type of crystals are called mineral crystals. Those are the hard, like a diamond. But there's also crystals that are organic crystals. Those are the crystals that are in your body. And those organic crystals are not hard, but they're soft and elastic. You know what I'm saying? For example, collagen that's naturally within your body is an organic crystal. And it's soft and or gummy, or however you want to describe it, elastic, and it's mainly the crystals that are in our body are liquid crystals. So like, you are literally a liquid crystal. Like, yo, you're so divine, yo. Like, we all divine. Namaste. So you got these crystals in your brain, magnetite. They don't know exactly all that those crystals do, or at least they may not be revealing all that it does. But they think that it has something to do with like your memory. They say you got over 100 million magnetite crystals in your brain. And when they studied animals like birds that have also the same crystals, that magnetite, you hear that word, magnetite, like a magnet, right? So not only do magnets have magnetite crystals within them, but that magnetite or that magnet is also related to a compass. And like, you know, you're finding your direction, like how birds naturally know where to go. You know what I'm saying? Remember how to get there. They might have something to do with the magnetite crystals in your brain. And you got like over 100 million of those in your brain. You know what I'm saying? And they're nanocrystals. So it's like, think of like crushed particles, crushed crystals all over your brain. Your teeth are crystals. Like, what's the percentage? 96% of your teeth is crystal, and the other 4% is water. You know what I'm saying? So like, even in your ears, some people have something called vertigo, and they can't keep their balance, and you know, there's a whole bunch of stuff associated with that. But did you know that the crystals that are within your ear are responsible for keeping you balanced? And when there's an imbalance, you may experience something like vertigo. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Now, we also have the bones in your body. Your bones are made of crystals, nanocrystals. Like, that's why your bones are so strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of this is amazing to me, so I hope it is for the rest of y'all science geeks. You know what I'm saying? So here's an example of like how you have crystals in your body. So like, salt is a crystal. Like, you naturally have salt in your body. You know what I'm saying? So when your body isn't breaking down, like your kidneys aren't breaking down, if there's something wrong and it's not breaking down that salt or what they saw, the uric acid within your body, right? If it's not breaking down properly and it's not secreting properly, guess what happens? That's when you get kidney stones. But they made it a stone, but really those are crystals. You got kidney crystals, you know what I'm saying? They're crystallizing because they haven't been properly broken down so that you can, you know what I'm saying, urinate it out. But like, yo, this is amazing to me. I also want to talk about this briefly because we are all transmitting information. You know what I'm saying? You're not only transmitting it, transmuting it, you're decoding it. You know what I'm saying? You're giving off, you're receiving all of this information because, like, you know what I'm saying? You're a representation of the divine or the creator or God or that the source, whatever you want to call it, because it's all within. Like, you don't have to go without. You don't have to go outside of yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you just study self, knowledge of self, this is what that means. Like, you don't have to go anywhere, you know what I'm saying, but within your own temple, because I am the temple and you are the temple, you know what I'm saying? And we're all divine in that way. The closer you are to, like, the closer you are to remembering who you are in quantum physics, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's considered a wave. You know what I'm saying? So when you are closest to the divine or closest to the source, that's the wave. Like in the quantum, that's the wave particle. That's the wave. Now, if you are further away from that and you're more into the matter, you know what I'm saying? You're more into this 3D, third dimension, you know what I'm saying? Earth. Now that's when you become particle. You feel me? So, like, the higher you vibrate, the more of the wave that you are. And the lower you vibrate, and the more that you're into this matrix and believing that this illusion is real, that's when you're more particle. You feel me? So, like, the whole time, we trying to get to that wave. You know what I mean? And I say they say you're more particle in the like, as far as, like, quantum physics is concerned, because in the third dimension, like, really, on Earth is three-dimensional, but we're moving to the fourth and the fifth, and that's with the age of Aquarius, but that's a whole other topic, but it's all related. But in this third dimension, just think about it. 3D is just 3 dimensions? No. Like, if you are into this 3D and you believe that all of this is real, like this whole thing that's really like an illusion, because when you get down to the atoms and the molecules, what they find out in quantum physics is that, like, they try to teach you about how every atom has a nucleus, but in quantum physics, when they get down to it and they try to see what's inside the nucleus, guess what they find out? There's nothing there. It's like you keep thinking that it's something, but it's really nothing. You feel me? And we're all connected by this invisible field, you know what I'm saying, that holds it all together, that you may call the source or the one or God or whatever it is. But I mean, it is what it is. Like, it does exist. So, like, if you're too much into this 3D, you know what I'm saying, you won't see the 4D, the 5D, the 6D, the 7D, you know what I'm saying, 8th dimension, 9th dimension. Like, there's so much more than what you can see. There's so much more than these 5 senses, and that's what we all coming back to. You know what I mean? Islam, I self-law and master. Hey, subscribe. Welcome to the Science of Peace. And I'm out.